Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Timothy. Welcome back to another video. So today is going to be something that I feel is going to really help beginner photographers become better photographers. And if you follow these 5 tips, I assure you, you will get there. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Timothy. I am a photographer who specializes in weddings. This channel is based off educational content on photography, helping engage couples, and all things weddings. So if you like content like this or any other content that I have on this channel, please go ahead and subscribe, like, and share, and let's go ahead and jump in. Now, we're gonna be talking about how to be a better photographer. All these misconceptions about photography, you know, from, oh, clicking a button to, oh, having the best gear and better experience and all this stuff. I mean, yes, that does count in some way, but that does not fully determine your ability to be a better photographer. So I put together 6 tips to really get you to think about how to be more so of value and really getting the real deal from actually being a photographer. So the first thing you want to do is search a mentor. So a mentor is going to help you avoid so many mistakes that you don't have to go through, because honestly, it's really, I mean, yes, it's valuable in terms of learning from your mistakes, but if you can save time, especially if you're like an older person, no disrespect to my old people, you feel me? But I'm just saying, a lot of times people don't want to go through the grit, go through the trial and error, but they actually hire a mentor. So what I mean by hire a mentor or look for a mentor is, don't just go randomly searching for the best photographer in the world and hit them up saying, hey, can you mentor me? Because most likely they're gonna charge you a hefty price, but not only that, do they even match your style? Do you actually like them as a person? So really do your research when looking for a mentor, because that's gonna really set you on the right path versus a weird path that you don't have any interest in. So myself, I do currently mentor one student right now, just to make sure that, you know, I'm teaching the right way, that everything is paced correctly. So before I go public and offering any mentorship programs, I want to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. And that way, when you do go out and look for a mentor, just be careful, because most times you can get scammed. So do your research, look for somebody, maybe offer to take them to lunch or to get some coffee with them, you know, just different things like that. So mentorship is super, super important. So make sure you go ahead and search for a mentor. All right, so the second thing is to consider second shooting for photographers. So if you're in the wedding industry like myself, second shooting is very, very valuable, because of the fact is you can actually learn from the pros, and then also in certain situations they will actually let you keep the photos that you take for your portfolio. So if you want a second shoot to really get that first-hand experience, reach out to local photographers, maybe ask them, hey, I like your work, I would love to shadow you. Is that something that I can do? Now, you might get rejected or might not get a response. That's totally fine. But when you do get that response, please keep in mind to be professional, respond quickly, because what can happen is you do a really good job and they start referring you work. So make sure that when you do offer your services and second shooting, that you don't come off as unprofessional. And I will go as far to say, offer free second shooting services. Now you're being a value to them, rather a liability. So think of it like that, and just make connections, network, and you will see how amazing second shooting could be for you. All right, so tip number 3 is to consider hosting your first or maybe second or third style session. Now, when you are a photographer, most if not, you are still trying to figure out your style. Maybe you do have a style, but you don't have any clients booking you because you haven't really given your style to the world yet. So when you are doing a style session, you're in control of the entire look of that particular shoot. So when I did my first style session in Los Angeles, I actually hired a wedding planner who came on, took care of all of the legwork in terms of getting the vendors and making sure things are in place. And I showed up, took the shots, and it was amazing. So I definitely recommend going out there and hosting your style session, because it can definitely bring in clients, but also you're going out there networking and building relationships with other vendors who can potentially turn around and give you work. So don't sleep on the fact that style shoots, yes, it can be time consuming, but it's definitely worth it in the long run. So always consider that. Reach out to some wedding planners, have them help you, and you'll be surprised at what you can produce. All right, and so tip number 4 is running social media advertising. So I know if you're new to photography, this might be a little bit too much to kind of think about right now, but if you've been doing this for a while, you understand the importance of ads. So for me, my 2 main sources for advertising are Facebook and Instagram. And a lot of times, if not recently, I started getting inquiries through hashtags. Now I know hashtags and advertising are 2 different things. Even though they both advertise for you, one is paid and one is not paid. So what I could do in the future is create a solo video about non-paid versus paid ads to help you. So leave me a comment letting me know if that's something you all want me to do or something different. But anyway, so what you want to do is, let's say you did a style shoot. Now you have all these images, everything looks good. So now you want to run an advertising campaign on that shoot. Now what this does is give you now access to a lot of potential clients, brides and couples, to really look at your work and say, hey, that's something I want. And they'll go ahead and reach out to you, and boom, you already have some clients rolling in. Now, is it that simple? No, you do have to go out and do some research and do some testings and see how things work. But for the most part, if you do everything correctly, you should have no problem booking more clients. So now you have something to work on. So think about that. Running social media ads is great in terms of being a better photographer. So this last tip is tip number 5, which is the client experience. So this is super crucial because once you finish everything, all the photos are completed, everything is handled, you're about to deliver these images to your client, you want to make your last impression just as good as your first. So remember that inquiry that you got in the beginning and how you guys have fun, y'all talk, you responded in a timely manner. All that has to be, if not more, towards the end. So for an example, let's say you do a wedding or an engagement session, and before you let them go or before they leave you a review, you're actually going to give them a gift, whether that be a canvas, whether that be like you pay their dinner date for them, so you give them like a gift card that covers their dinner date. Just little things like gifts, champagne bottles, whatever the case may be. And you want to do all this because it's going to make them feel really good that you put thought into them. So myself, I'm still working on it. I'm figuring things out. I got a lot of different plans for my future couples in terms of surprise gifts and different things like that. So if you're a photographer watching this and that's in the wedding industry, always think about that. But maybe you're in the portraits or newborns or landscapes, you can always over deliver for your clients. So always think of something different, so that way they will never forget you every time they see that picture. So always think about that on the client experience side. And I actually have a video about client experience. If you want to go ahead and check that out, it's in the description below, and you'll be surprised of how you can really over deliver based off your interaction with your client. So with that being said, I hope these 5 tips really help you understand how to be a better photographer, because again, it's more than pushing buttons. It's also about being present with the couple from point A to point Z. All right, so this is your boy Tim. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. And you already know, I'll see you all on the next video. Peace out.